Welcome to the Allegory of Spots podcast series. Thank you for joining. In each episode, we introduce a new spot. We talk about how spots hinder our progression mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, and how to overcome any spot that may be holding you back. As you begin to move and apply the things you learn, you will start to see weaknesses become strengths. You will begin to see and feel greater light come into your life.
Welcome to this podcast series, The Allegory of Spots. What does allegory even mean? It is a story, and this story is about words. Hello, I am Lisa, and this episode, the words are disobedient and unruly. As a flight attendant, people often ask me if I have any stories of unruly passengers like the ones that they have seen reported in the news. Gratefully, I don't have any. However, I do know that the FAA, the Federal Aviation Administration, does collect data for the airline industry regarding the number of unruly passenger incidents. As of April 2022, there have been 1,081 incidences of unruly passengers, up almost 5% in just under a week. And that is just one industry's example of disruptive and uncontrollable behavior in the workplace. In fact, every industry deals with disrespect. Disobedience and unruly behavior are widespread, wouldn't you say? Yes, when someone is unruly, it brings to mind all sorts of bad behavior. Drunken, impulsive, lawless, quarrelsome, reckless, riotous, rowdy, uncontrollable, violent, and wayward. When the word disobedient describes behavior, it is disorderly, contrary, headstrong, insubordinate, naughty, non-compliant, and perverse. We may know these bad behaviors all too well. Maybe some of us have these spots. So, what is the way to remove the disobedience and the unruly spot? Wait for it. Yes, I have the answer. The opposite of being unruly and disobedient is to behold each other. Here we go again with the understanding of how to get rid of your spots. There is a same and beautiful, simple formula. You are learning. You are learning to stop yourself because you remember that you know better, right? Perhaps you have already removed this spot and are getting close to removing other spots. That's the goal. The goal is to be unspotted. We talked about beholding in an earlier episode of addictions, when Jesus was beholding the rich young man. So as we have learned about accountability, choices, and spots, you have started to enter into the light. You have started to change. You've chosen to listen and to follow Jesus Christ, not Satan. So if you recognize the spots of disobedient and unruly, you can choose to no longer disobey rules. You can walk away from gossiping. You can stop drinking too much. And now you can no longer be combative and always at the ready to quarrel. Every time you choose to listen and follow your decision to be unspotted, you change. You let the light of Jesus into your life. You see yourself and others with great understanding. Mark Twain wrote this, quote, "Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that. But the really great make you feel that you, too, can become great." Close quote. Sometimes our family and friends don't want us to change. They miss their disobedient friend, or their gossip chum, or their drinking or swearing buddy. They don't like the new you that is leaving disobedience and unruly behavior behind. Your family and your friends may encourage you to come back and be who you used to be. They do not know, nor do they hear and follow Jesus Christ. When these spots or sins are no longer a part of you and the choice is made to remain unspotted, Then you stand with the few that are obedient, for God rules over them. So for our children that are disobedient, we must say the truth. Let them know you are done sugarcoating things. Every choice has a consequence. That disobedient, unruly behavior will have consequences. So back to my workplace. Let's go back to the plane. It is a good flight when I behold each passenger. It is the first time that we see each other when they get on the plane, and I have the ability to behold them. I have the ability to set a calm tone. The passengers relax, and we have a great flight.
We hope that you've heard the Spirit or felt the Spirit of God urging you to cleanse your life as you've listened to the various spots in the podcast series. There are a few easy steps to remove the spots from your life. The process isn't hard, and once mastered, you will use the process over and over again, going deeper into your soul to be clean and spotless. The first step is to start by making a comprehensive list of all the things in your life you need to get rid of, repent of, or be healed from. You will know your list is complete when you feel you have included all the items that come to mind. The next or second step is to take an inventory of what you're feeding your spirit, because what you feed your spirit is what feeds your flesh. Your body will follow your spirit, so feed your spirit what you want to become. Third, you've identified the spots. Now let's get rid of them or cast them off. Here's how you do that. Present your list to God through prayer. Ask Him for help. As you pray, ask God to remove your spots, to literally take them from you. Remember, it gets easier. You may have heard this teaching by David O. McKay in one of the previous episodes. Your weakest point will be the point at which Satan tries to tempt you and will try to win you. And if you've made it weak before you have undertaken to serve the Lord, He will add to that weakness. Resist him and you will gain in strength. He will tempt you in another point. Resist him and he becomes weaker and you become stronger. Ask God to remove and offload all your burdens, stresses, and concerns. Stop trying to carry them alone. They weren't meant for you to carry. It'll only bring you continued suffering, poor health, and distress to carry them. The last or fourth step. Once you've finished steps 1 to 3, start the process again. Only this time, you're going to travel a little deeper into your soul, searching out even the smallest of spots you might have overlooked or not even recognized. Ask God to reveal them. He has a way of bringing them to the surface so that you'll see them. This is truly a personal experience with you and God as He helps you in the cleansing process. And finally, continue these steps until you've completely cleansed yourself of any and all spots. Then move forward by using the atonement of Jesus Christ each and every day to keep yourself unspotted.